Welcome to Comic Book Streamland, and thanks for pulling up a seat. Tonight, we're chopping it up with real comic book creators, the ones out there in the trenches, making books and getting them into readers' hands on their own terms. This isn't a right or wrong kind of show. No gatekeeping, no ego. This is shop talk, like a late-night bar conversation or a barbershop debate. Raw, honest, and unfiltered. So if you're cool with being a fly on the wall, stick around. Drop a comment and let us know you're in the room. We want to hear from you. And if you're catching us on the restream, don't be quiet either. Show some love in the comments. Oh, and don't forget to take that stack of unread comics and slam them down on the like, subscribe, and share buttons. We know that pile isn't getting any smaller, so do something with it. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my guests for tonight. Marvin, Tom, Calderon, Fred, thanks for coming back. And our first time, our grand guest for the evening, which we will get into a little bit later on. Chris, what's going on, bud?
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me on.
So we got a title to explore for tonight because a lot of stuff's been shaken down with Kickstarter. The internet's been going crazy. But for those of you who have been following us for a while, you know what this movie and this book has done here. And Chris happens to be one of the culprits. One of the components in putting this bad boy together. So we're gonna get to that in a little bit. Fellas, have you guys seen what's going on with the whole Kickstarter scenario?
No.
What's happening, Jay?
What's going on, Jay?
Haven't heard a thing.
What's Kickstarter?
So, for those of you who are first timers, we are a direct to consumer crew, right? Kickstarter is part of our makeup, and they've dropped new terms of service, folks. And some people are not happy. Some of the stuff that they are talking about, guys, is let me just pull this right up on screen. All right, and here we go. The usual stuff: projects must create something new to share with others. Information must be honest and clearly presented. We already know about that. Creators and collaborators, right? They talk about their terms of use and privacy policy. Be honest and transparent. We know about that. Engaged and committed. We know about that. Respectful. We know about that. Use of AI had been one of their bigger updates in most recent memory. Charity, they have spoken about that before as well. But this is what is flipping people out all over the internet. Kickstarter is committed to providing a space for creative expression while also ensuring that content is appropriate for a diverse audience. Kickstarter is not a venue for adult-only or sexually explicit content, and such content is prohibited. They now say that, or they did before. I didn't read this part. Any project specifically stating it or the rewards being offered are being created for sexual pleasure. Any projects that distributes or enables distribution of pornographic content. Any project that seeks funding for receiving or providing sexual services or spaces that offer sexual services, etc., etc., etc. They're really, putting their elbows down on everyone's necks who is doing nude, lewd covers, sexually explicit stuff. And a lot of folks are not happy about it. So this is where the line gets a little bit blurry. Romance, spicy literature, including comic books. Where's that dividing line? Right?
Well, I think the dividing line just in that context is you can have a spicy romance without putting tits on your book.
Are we talking? Well, they mentioned this later on also when it comes to even wearing lingerie, right?
But it also talks about, in that context, it talks about showing. Well, we're going to just get kicked off the internet for talking about this because that's the way that Facebook works. We're going to say all the wrong words and we're going to get shut down. But they don't want you showing stuff is
Right.
the real true ultimate bottom line to all
Use
of
the
this.
clinical terms. Areola.
yeah. But that's really it. I mean, like if you go through it really deeply, like they're telling you like stop drawing camel toe, stop bending people over, stop. You know, they're really kind of like hyper aggressive on that type of thing. Now, I think the problem is that the problem is where is the line going to ultimately be drawn? Like if they're going to say you can't have nude with bars over it, right? Because that's what people have been doing for a long time. If you're not allowed to do that, then essentially you're saying you can't have nude stuff unless you're not showing it. Like theoretically, you could offer it, like, hey, we have this NSFW cover, but we can't show it to you.
Well,
Right.
that would be like
You
they
know.
would display like Playboy and things like that in the grocery store in a bag with the black bars all across it.
Right, but back then it wasn't black bars; it was a black bag.
Yeah, black
like
bag,
you could
yeah.
see the title at the top, and you couldn't see anything else.
Yeah.
And this goes back to something like, let me just say, nothing that Kickstarter is doing right here is actually new. It's something that has grown to this point because there used to be a guy who would do highly suggestive sexual covers and so on, and his book too. And they would not let him post really anything as far as his campaign. Everything had to be black. Like he would have a square. It's just black. Here's the cover, and he would just describe it like this character is on this cover. Take a shot at it. It's just all black. So, but they let him do it, right? So, but you know, ever since then, there's been this like pushing of the envelope for all of this to a point where not Kickstarter. This really goes back to Stripe more than Kickstarter. It's just Kickstarter is sort of bending the knee to them. So it's really Stripe making these rules and saying, okay, too far. You went too far. You pushed the envelope too far. We got to reel it back in.
Well,
but yet Stripe processes OnlyFans payments.
Yeah. Right. That's what a lot of people are up in arms about because they're also processing OnlyFans payments.
And Pornhub.
Really? I didn't know that.
But the thing is a lot of those companies are financed by venture capitalists who are probably also co-owners of Stripe.
So
I mean, it runs a little deeper than
and the OnlyFans and the Pornhub have what age restriction element, right? Which has been discussed within Kickstarter now. I know Pat Shand has talked to them about putting age gate on this, and you know such and such and such and such. So there have already been discussions with Kickstarter with a lot of the higher end folks that do the NSFW stuff. They have had conversations with Kickstarter, Pat being one of them. And so there are discussions about how can we do things differently? Is there a way to get a new payment processor for this type of stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a now thing. It doesn't necessarily mean it is an eternal thing. But for right now, it is what it is. And we're going to have to, you know, walk through the waters a little bit.
All right, let me throw this into the mix. With the now thing, does that open the door for other platforms?
100%. Wide open.
I was gonna ask some of our newer companions today, like Ray or Chris, to chime in on.
Well, so this directly affects the company that I work for, Glasshouse.
Okay.
Because like 99.9% of the products that they put out are adult based. And so I had suggested to David that all the publishers that this is affecting, maybe they should get together. Maybe they should talk. Maybe they should do something like a Mighty Marvel team up and some sort of coalition and do social media pages with like a PayPal.me for a direct payment to publishers that are putting out this content. So I brought that up.
Okay.
Because singularly, they don't necessarily have the reach in the audience, but together with everybody's audience, that may do something.
Strong enough, right? Look, your dollar is your vote. So that's what counts in the long run, right? Ray, what do you think, bud?
2 points. First one is this will sound a tad left field, but I'll bring it full circle. I listened to, I believe it was, this is going maybe 15 years back, Rapper Ice-T, somebody was asking him if kids should listen to rap. And he gave this very wise answer. It really had an impact on me. He says, I think kids should be old enough to understand the context so they're not saying it in places they shouldn't. I thought that was a very, very wise statement. And I think the solution here, in my humble opinion, is if in order to look at any Kickstarter, you have to look at it through your profile. You have to be logged in and you have to set your age.
Nice.
Therefore, Kickstarter has done a bunch of things. First one is it's looking bad in the public eye. That's why they're doing this. And the other side is they can say, we've done our due diligence. We can't stop people from lying on their profiles, but we can wash our hands of this mess. I think that's the solution.
Yeah. If you had an age gate for profiles where you have to, you put in whatever your age is. And then if you're doing an NSFW book, that's part of your, like, this is what this is. Click it. Yes. It puts it behind the wall that no one under 18 can see it.
Yeah.
Fred, you feel the same that Ray or Chris are bringing up, or you got a different perspective on this?
Yeah, on this point, the business side of it, this is probably what I know the least about. What company does what and what restrictions and how. I think that, I make mature 18 plus content. I wouldn't call it like on the spicy side of this, but it's got. I'm very conscious of like age gating and stuff and making sure, like, especially when I'm at tables, I card people, I check, and I would welcome those protections on Kickstarter or any platform, because I don't want it's not worth it to try to get your hands in it's just not worth it to try to get a book to somebody that's not ready for it. I believe that I don't want to be this person that's like, teaching people stuff. Like, I want people to kind of like, or young people, I should say. I want maybe people that are like, especially with this, a lot of my stories, are more in the context. Exactly. It is more of an adult, themes of like, addiction and dysfunction and things that like, are more adult. So, hopefully, young people do deal with them to some degree nowadays, but that should be, that's not for them. Exactly. So I welcome that kind of like security because, as a creator, I think it's a great idea. I don't know how that would be implemented, but I hope it is.
Now, I see people also using the big bad boogeyman concept towards this, right? Like, oh, you're restricting us from making money. You're silencing our creative voices. This is just going to be another way for you to keep me from making money, without maybe actually looking within themselves and saying, maybe I should come about with a better product. Because I know from going through Kickstarter, I have seen some of the most lewdest and tackiest images to some of their products. I have seen a Minnie Mouse head on a Princess Leia slave outfit body, naked, right? For nothing. It had nothing to do with the book that they were doing. But
well, that's also why this is happening. It's that kind of stuff that that's just reality. That's why this is happening. Everything got pushed. Like here's a little quickie timeline, right? When everything started popping in like 2019, 2020, 2021, everybody was like, "Oh my God, look, this is all great!" And then people saw all the adult books that were happening, and they were like, "Oh, look, we can just like put tits on anything and make some money." Oh, it's Dukes of Hazzard, but it's tits. Like, let's go. And then over time, it's all that started falling off. They're like, "Oh my God, what do we do? Oh, hey, let's take off all their clothes now. Let's go full Monty now." So they just kept pushing the envelope. And along the way, Kickstarter was not paying attention. They were telling people, you're doing too much. Like I said, the guy that I know, he got really hammered by these guys. They were taking stuff down from time to time. Like, nope, you did too much. This is the result of that hard push into, we got to do more because we're not making enough sales. So this is where it ended up. And unfortunately, now listen, let me make this clear. I don't give a damn that this stuff exists. If that's what you want to make, then make the stuff you want to make. But you have to understand that this is all, while you are yourself are a business, you are relying on someone else's business to do business. and that business is relying on someone else's business to do business. So if someone in that chain of business is like, there's nothing you can do about it. It's up
With
to
the
them. It's
shackles
their
come the
business.
shackles.
Yeah, it's their business to decide their rules.
Right.
So if let's just say Kickstarter doesn't change anything and it stays the way it is forever, like we talked about, the doors are wide open for other platforms to say, all right, we'll take this on. Again, assuming they don't use Stripe, but the doors are open right now. I mean, you can see it's happening.
So let me ask Marvin, Jose, with going off of what Tom said, do you think that there were so many people that they didn't care about the line and they crossed it, they ruined it for the others, or is that something that was going to happen regardless?
Go ahead, Marvin. I'll go afterwards.
So I mean, there's honestly there's kind of two parts to this. So it is a pushing the envelope until like you go too far where someone has to respond to it. But there's also, and I think Glenda was talking about it in the chat, is other platforms have already talked about digital IDs. So they've already talked about digital IDs for video games where you have to show your ID before you can even play a game. So like even if you want to play it solo, not even online, like Grand Theft Auto, you would have to upload your ID to be able to play the game. So you're pushing something. So you allow someone to push something so far, but you're allowing them to push it so far so that you can drop the wall down on them already. Because you're saying that keep going, got you. And now you're in the position where if you want to use these kind of things and you want to play those kind of games, if you don't provide your ID, then you can't play those games. You can't use that platform.
Okay.
So that's their way to the quote unquote protect the children is they punish the adults.
Okay. Calvin, where are you at on this?
Of many minds, because all right, we have the segment where people are trying to, like you just mentioned, and people are just trying to make money, right? Yeah. And it's easy to say, look within yourself, do something different, blah blah blah. Same could be said for any one of our projects at any one point in time. You understand? Anyone can say, well, you do a mouse book, you're only making X, but if you did this, you'd make Y. So you should change yourself. I don't want to change myself. I'm a creative person. I'm going to do what I want to do, right? And I mean, and look, there have been plenty of people within the sphere that has worked on adult books. Bart Sears worked on adult books. Adam Hughes worked on adult books. Alan Moore has a straight up porn book. Okay. So, I mean, these are all creative minds that have done these things, right? Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent,
right?
No, there's a whole bunch.
Which was the artist, Siegel or Schuster? After Superman, he was doing porn books.
Right. Because that's the only work you can find. Right. And that's the thing. People are just trying to exist, right? They're just trying to make money. Not everybody wants to flip a burger. Not everybody can flip a burger. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Maybe they could just, sit at a desk and draw or write or do whatever they're doing. Right. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I feel a little weird, like looking down on people because that's what they chose to do. You don't know why they're doing it. Right.
This is right.
Right. We don't know why
they're either yuck your yum. That's how you're making your money. That's how you're keeping your lights on. Mm-hmm. That's your thing.
Exactly. Right? So, that's one portion of it. You understand? And the thing is also that there's, now they get you for pornography. Okay. So, I mean, at what point does it stop? Right? Mm-hmm. Can you not show the statue of David anymore? Right? Look at that issue. Mm-hmm. Right? Can you not show a woman breastfeeding in a book?
They started bringing up also graphic violence. Would a Punisher book exist? Right?
Exactly. That's another
Felix
thing.
the Cat have been able to be sold on Kickstarter.
Well, Tom and Jerry.
Mm-hmm. Tom and Jerry?
Yeah, man.
Dude, they're shooting each other in the face.
Right. Right. Hit each other over the head with hammers. I mean,
but it's also knives. Them pulling certain books off the library shelf.
Right. That's a big thing.
Where does it stop?
Right. You're allowing people to take things so far. So, and then you're going to throw it back in their face. You're going to say, "Got you." Now, you can't have that.
I think to add to Marvin's point, I think this is one step of a business plan. The first problem that they're having is it looks bad in the public eye. How do we fix this? All right, we're going to take everything off. Okay, everything's off. If they just said age restrictions or age to profiles or whatever that case is, everybody would be not happy about it. I wouldn't say per se up in arms, but if they go really heavy first, like can't have it at all, and then dial it back, the dial back to having an age profile, oh, that doesn't seem so bad now. It's no different than raising the gas prices and scaling it down a little bit so it isn't as bad. It's kind of on a similar vein. I think that's the play here.
But isn't gatekeeping pointless nowadays? I mean, if you think about it, the gatekeeping is kind of pointless because any kid with any 10-year-old with a cell phone can pretty much look up whatever they want. So
I still want to be on the right side of that. I don't want to be the guy that's like, well, there's no rules, so I'm just going to Wild West it. Like, I still want to be on the right side of making sure that for my content, I want to keep it, where it's supposed to be.
But your biggest problem is the people who are in charge and make the rules don't know what they're doing.
Well, they just make them. They just make them as they go along. Every rule is just a snap decision based on something happened. We're going to make a rule. Something happened. We're going to make a rule. Whatever.
They have to react.
I don't think that's the case in this particular instance, because Stripe has been doing this for a while, right? And I think, like I said, the only reason I think that they don't get on, places like Pornhub or what's it, the OnlyFans, is because there's financial interests who are strong enough and powerful enough to say, yo, lay off of that. Right.
People are in charge of that.
I don't think that's wrong, but I also think that, again, when you're talking about those places, they just have the age restriction in there. They say they have that 18 part. So if Kickstarter were to be like, all right, everybody tell us how old you are, and if you're not that old, you can't see this stuff. Like that seems like a really easy general fix.
Kevin Laporte, I don't know if it's Laporte, or however you pronounce his last name, but he was advocating for a while for those types of books to have its own section, right?
Okay,
that would have this is Kickstarter, and you have your general age stuff, and then you have another section where it's more adult.
Kickstarter Red.
Kickstarter After Dark.
There you go. There you go. All right, let me ask this question. And I want to use history as a reflection here, comic book history as a reflection here, right? If Stripe was giving them warning signs for Kickstarter to pull the trigger on this, was this the Kickstarter office saying, let's self-regulate before a larger entity gets involved? Is this Kickstarter saying, let me put a comics code of authority on there before, the government or a new Frederick Wortham comes in and starts to lambaste everybody who's on there and messes with money for the entire platform?
Sure.
Well, I thought they blamed Stripe up front and said that this was coming from their payment processor.
Yeah, but that's the same question. Is Stripe doing this because they don't want that problem that Jay Dee is just talking about? Whoever made the decision to do it, Stripe or Kickstarter or whatever, well, it is a very real thing that they're like, oh, you know what? We have a site that is just like splashing porn all over the place. Redacted or not, it's still the innuendos there. Some of the bars are very thin, they cover just what they think they have to cover. So if the thought process is, oh my God, we have this site that's just full of this stuff, that could be a much longer term problem. If we let it be a problem, they're going to close the door and figure out how to fix it.
And now nobody makes money, right?
Well, but the thing is that this country was founded by Puritans, right? And ever since then, we've had that shadow over us, right? And the other problem with that is that you have a lot of people who do things in their closets, but they don't want other people to do those things. Right?
Agreed.
And this is just another shade of that, right? We've seen it all across politics, right? These people you hear about, oh no, don't do this, and this is exactly what they're doing in the background, right? If you don't do it, do as I say, don't do as I do.
Right? Rules for thee, but not for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, the skeletons in their closet have a really big bone.
If I may on this, just for a second, because you brought up Wortham, and it led me down a train of thought this week. First of all, I'm really glad that this conversation that we're having. You know, first of all, Jay Dee, Calderon in the middle there. What you said a minute ago really kind of, you know, was encouraging about that you were thinking about like the creators that do that and trying to, you know, extend, you know, what it must be like to be in their shoes. Because, you know, when this happened earlier in this week, I saw a few podcasts and, you know, streaming shows like this of other creators. And I was a little, you know, I don't want to, you know, I'm still new to this. I don't want to like upset people and stuff, but I was a little like, I was a little.
If I may interject real quick, you can say they're stupid. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna go that far, but I didn't like some of what I heard. Right, it was this real like. Well, I actually made some notes here. It was kind of like this, like kind of flippant judgment, right? A lot of people, you know, saying things like, "Well, that's what they get," you know, FAFO, you know, sorry, not sorry. And I really found that really disappointing because, like, if there is a Wortham, you know, moment coming, you know, this is how it starts, right? You know, they drop a bomb and like we splintered, you know, to some degree, like people splintered and they were like, well, that's what they get. And that's what they get. And it's like, if I, you know, I'm not a, you know, I'm not Joe Porn and I'm not like, you know, Mr., you know, whatever. But I believe that like free speech, you know, is most important for the stuff that I find most abhorrent, right? Like the stuff that I really don't agree with. And, you know, I'm not saying that like I want to defend like the worst of the worst on Kickstarter or whatever it is, because I probably haven't even seen it and I don't know what you guys are referencing, what you guys have seen. But I just think like idealistically, like we should kind of be cognizant. And again, this is not a free speech line. This is a private platform line. But like we should be a little bit more cognizant of the fact that like people are getting kind of, you know, their free speech not the best, and two, people lost their streams of income. You know, even if daddy's a pornographer, like, you know, you were still expecting, you know, a meal tomorrow or whatever it is. So, you know, it was nice to see you, you know, a minute ago kind of show that empathy. Like I didn't, you know, see some other, you know, people do. And I'll take it a step further. I'll be a little bit more, you know, on the very same podcast they were talking about James Gunn and how he's out of touch for his Superman portrayal, where he goes and he saves the squirrel. And they were laughing, oh, the squirrel, the squirrel, the squirrel. And that's what surprised me, right? Because we're all comics people, right? We're brought together by like outsiders and X-Men and Superman and like heroes, in theory. Maybe I'm getting really, you know, obnoxious now. But the reason why Superman saves the squirrel is because Superman doesn't discern between average Joe and squirrel life and pornographer's life. Like, you know, if something bad happens to somebody, like, you know, he kind of cares. So it was a little weird to me to see so many people just be like, yeah, well, you know, good for the goose, good for the gander, because you never know when that line's going to be right next to you or you're going to be on the other side of it. So,
and so people who think like that think Homelander's the good guy.
Right. People is right. They think Homelander's the good guy.
I'll give you a Canadian perspective on that.
Mm-hmm.
The perspective is, well, you know what? I'm going to different perspective. I'll just give a good parallel, not Canadian. The Heath Ledger Dark Knight movie. There's that one scene after this guy threatens Lucius Fox with revealing who Bruce Wayne is, and Bruce Wayne goes and saves his life. Bruce Wayne just looks at him and nods. That, in a nutshell, is nobody should be like the serves you right, like that's what you get kind of thing. You should be helping even if you disagree with that kind of stuff.
I think Superman saves the squirrel because he's better than you.
Yep.
And what I mean is that he's better than everyone.
Yep.
That's the point
That's
of
right.
Superman. He's better than everyone.
I want to
moralistically.
Yeah.
Morally.
I want to get into the chat for a second because it's jumping. There's a lot of people popping in here. But before I do that, I want to touch base on the splintering you guys were talking about. Yes, we need to be united in this front before it becomes a bigger problem. Because if you see what's happening in the libraries, right, and whatever, the moms across America, those that try to remove like the LGBTQ books from the libraries took it so far down the line that now Mouse was also on that list from getting removed from the libraries. We've got to stop it right from the spigot, right? And that way the rest of the line doesn't get corrupted. All right, let me get into the chat here. We got Granda saying, hey, what's up, everybody? I guess I'm going to have to change my idea of doing an ultra gore topless barbarian chick comic with new rules. And no, that's not a joke. If only a jolly New York comic creator would send me a script to work on his zombie comic. It's coming, baby. It's coming. Here we go. We got Nivek. Peace, Mr. J. What's up, Nivek? Laser Blast for life from Marvin Wynn. We got the misses. What are people selling at Kickstarter? I think we've covered what some of those things are. Time for Indie Comics OnlyFans. OnlyFans did not start off as a porn site. I just found that out recently. It grew into that being the most popular category. Excuse me. And there were some people that did try to do comics on OnlyFans. They want to distance themselves from OnlyFans. That's what Angel says. Yeah. No, because they are processing the OnlyFans payments, and like Calderon said, the Pornhub payments, right? But like Tom said, there are age restrictions there where there are not here on Kickstarter. Alex Gomez, Unstoppable. What's up, baby? Kevin Davis. What's up, friends? Jerry, yo. Janiela Arroyo, 4080. Big shout out to Unstoppable. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Jay Schindel, shout out to Unstoppable Comics. Way to be. Thank you.
Did you have like all your cousins pop in today?
Only cousins? Only fans?
No, did you have all of your cousins?
No, trust me, dude. If they did, we would have a hell of a lot more fucking views than the 32 we've had so far. But if you're on an age gate platform, what stops them from making more things age gated? Okay. Mm-hmm. And let's be real, if kids want inappropriate content, it's not that hard for them to find. You're right. Yeah, but folks are actually self-centering, and that is banned. That is. Ron Scoville. Hi, guys. Former co-founder of Mix Entertainment, Tokyo Pop. Way to be. Thanks for chiming in, Ron. This will have an unintended effect on manga sales. Yeah.
There you go.
Alex wants Glenda to Gallete. All right, maybe not chime in. Burks. Again, I'm mentioning that they are not allowing censored images either. You censor yourself, it's still not acceptable. We're noticing that. A couple of campaigns that were already in the 5-figure realm were taken down mid-campaign. Mm-hmm. And first they came for the pornographers, and I said, no, damn right, Burks. Damn right, Burks. That's what I was chiming in with the whole thing. You know what? They came from Mouse, right? Where do we stop it? Can we stop it? Should we stop it? Should we regulate it? Should we be careful? Should we let it?
The regulation is where this is going. They're gonna clean it up. They're gonna figure out how to do an age restriction thing, and that'll be what they implement. And then whatever rules they want to make from that point, you know, we'll have to hear. But that is my sense of it. Is they're going to clean it up as quick as they can. Then they're going to start resetting and being like, okay.
My question is
separate platforms, Tom. That's what you think?
Not necessarily separate platforms, but either very simply just put an age gate on things. I mean, that's the easiest thing around. If you can
like
do
you
that
said, like regular and like the spicy one.
It's not even regular or anything. It's just here's your profile. How old are you? 18? Great. You can access this.
YouTube does
you're not
this
18?
already.
Yeah, you're not 18. You can't access this.
Like Google's the powerhouse, and if they have these already, Kickstarter's like what does the things we aspire to be like? We should match it and stay in sync, kind of thing.
Well, Google's on its way out. We know that.
True. True, but it is the what do you call it?
The industry
standard. Been a trend for a while. So yeah, the standard. So
Chris, I'm sorry, you wanted to ask something, bud.
Yeah, my question is, so I'm curious how big of a percentage the adult material is to Kickstarter, and are they going to, like, in 6 months just do a turnaround like OnlyFans did?
It's possible.
Yeah, my understanding is that dollar for like it's okay. So per those adult campaigns, like let's say there's 6 of them. Right, they will probably make as much money as the next 60 regular campaigns. Okay, there was a guy, Kevin Laporte, when he was putting out his reports, he would say that, like, you know, there like these 7 or 8 campaigns are like almost 70% or 60% of all of the funds being made on Kickstarter, and you might have 200 campaigns. Right, and there's like only it might have been like 20 campaigns that are making a bulk of those funds, right? Where I'm doing something like Oswald, I might make $3,000, $4,000. These campaigns are making 30, 40, 50,000, right? You have 20 or 40 of them, or 20 or 30 of them, or whatever, and they're making up a huge bulk of that money.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. So let me tag on to that. I like that, Chris, right? Because that opens the door for this. Does the elimination of some of those titles spread the wealth to
No.
the other
Nope.
ones?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Not in the
Mm.
slightest.
So people
Nope.
are just going to come here for the TNA.
Yes.
That's what they're
Regardless.
buying it for.
That's what they're.
Yeah,
That's what they're
very
here for.
specific consumers. Yeah, and
Yeah.
if
Child
you
wants
look
a
at
chocolate
Kickstarter,
bar and the chocolate bar is not available, it doesn't mean they're going to buy an apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
if you
This
look at
is-
Kickstarter, like most of the campaigns that are funding and do well, like Jay Dee said, are adult. They're doing 5 figures. They're
Yeah.
doing really, really well. So I think Kickstarter is just going to turn around and reverse the policy.
They're going to figure something out really fast, regardless of whatever it is.
Mhm.
But I don't think it's just going to be, never mind, go ahead, do what you want. I think there's going to be something put in place from an age standpoint. I would bet money that is what they're going to be looking at, because if Stripe is doing all this stuff with OnlyFans and whatever else, they know how it all works and they know why that works. So all they have to do is institute it. Say, hey guys, just put an age thing on it and we'll be fine.
Let me throw some titles out here to all of you guys, and I want to hear a yes or no based on what Kickstarter is doing right now, if they would be sold on the platform or if they would be taken off of the platform. Vampirella.
Well, no, but hold on a second. It's not what the book is. It's
Uh-huh.
the presentation of it.
Right.
So
yes.
if you were to put, for example, just as an example, if you're going to do Vampirella and she's Vampirellaing on the cover versus Vampirella doing this or Vampirella bending over, that's the difference in the presentation.
Okay,
right?
so that's why I want to go
So,
around
but,
with you guys.
but that's what I'm saying. It depends on the presentation. Wonder
If it's
Woman,
Vampirella
yes.
in her armor, that armor she has. Where it
No
has
one
to-
wants that. No one wants that. No
Right,
one
But it
you
would
could-
get kicked.
here's
I
how
like,
we-
but here's the example. Wonder Woman, right? Wonder Woman's fine. But if Wonder Woman's got her tits out, it's a no. So it's
To
not
Tom's-
necessarily the book and the character, it's the presentation of what you're showing on the campaign.
To Tom's point, you could probably cut together like a few images out of like X-Men, the animated series with like Rogue's ass or whatever, like, that we've all seen in the meme and stuff, and, put that on a campaign and they would say, no, this is not appropriate.
All right,
It's
so
the presentation.
would Luther Strode be able to survive on Kickstarter?
That's a violence one, I'm assuming, right?
It
That
is.
very
Yeah.
fun.
That's very I haven't read it yet.
Again, it would depend on what they're showing.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're talking about. When they're talking about what the rules are, they're like, don't show this shit.
Mhm.
So you can't show it. But if you can create a campaign that says Luther is a Punisher type of guy or blah, 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 whatever, then you might be able to circumvent some of the rules. But if you
Yeah,
show
but
a
then
picture
it's
of him curb stomping a dude and his face is breaking
Right.
open, you're
Right.
not going to make it.
Like American History X, right?
Yeah, right.
But doesn't that fall under the guideline of misinterpretation or misrepresentation? Because if 60% of the book is porn, but you're only showing 5 or 6 pages that are not, and people are not expecting to buy the TNA, the extreme TNA or the extreme violence, do they have a case for, hey, this was a bait and switch scenario?
Maybe. It's possible.
Well,
I
that's where-
think
that's where
long
it
term that
comes
wouldn't have
in
to do with
self-labeling.
Kickstarter as much as it would have to do with false advertising. That person's reputation would be tarnished over time, and nobody would back them eventually.
Mhm.
But it would follow Kickstarter's guidelines if it was presented in a civil way that they found acceptable.
I mean, like Tom says, if you put, I believe, like, I think if you just put it in the description that like this book is, you can probably verbally say it without showing the guy's face being curb stomped, that like this is a book about, violence and stuff. I don't know if
Yeah, aggressive vigilante does blah 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 whatever. You as long as you're not showing it, you can show him like just a normal picture, like, hey, I'm a guy and I got some guns, but you can't like show him blowing a guy's head off. They won't take it.
Okay.
That's
I
the way that I'm
personally have
interpreting
to.
it.
I personally have to go back and edit some Kickstarter videos for Glass House and take out some angel boobs that didn't even have nipples. So they can resubmit it and hopefully get it back up on Kickstarter.
Just draw a neckline and just claim there's a shirt there.
All right. I want to take a second and tell everybody, folks, If you are having a good time with us tonight, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and share buttons. It really helps the channel grow and lets more people out there know we are building a community for comic book creators, fans, and collectors alike. So please spread the word, share the stream, and let everybody know that you're hanging out with us tonight. Let's get back to the show. Guys, I'm trying to do something here, right? I'm trying to build this up, guys. I'm trying to put a professional varnish on this, folks. Come on.
But unfortunately, Tom and I know you. That's why we laugh.
Well, a lot of people know me. Dude, a suggestive pose is unacceptable.
Even.
So, as Tom was saying, Wonder Woman, drawn by Jim Lee, acceptable. Wonder Woman, drawn by Adam Hughes, no.
Well, no. Again, it's the pose. How are you drawing? You're going to draw her face down and ass up. It's a problem. That's for any character in comics. Doesn't matter who it is. You want to put Betty and Veronica like that? It's not going to go. But if you have a, like they said, spicy romance, spicy whatever, right? If you have that as your book, but your presentation is like a Fabio cover, you're going to be fine. It's just you can't show them.
So if your presentation is that Spider-Woman cover, remember that first Spider-Woman cover?
Oh, yeah.
She's coming over and the ass is way up in the air, right? Marvin, is that selling or is that not selling? Is that bringing the campaign down?
Yeah, it's always selling it, man. Upset.
I'll tell
So
you.
that's
I'll tell you
selling,
something
but
about
I
that.
don't know that it's going to make the campaign get approved.
So,
Right. There
During
male,
that time,
male nipples, acceptable or not?
I got to tell you, great point, Chris, because
100%.
when you had that quote unquote controversial Spider-Woman imagery, everybody lambasted that. But a handful of years prior, exact same pose by Spider-Man, webbing up a bunch of criminals, a big ball of web, and he's in the exact same pose. Nobody said anything. It was very interesting.
Spider-Man's been showing his ass for years, man. Like I don't know. I mean, do some research, people.
Yeah. Back in the chat, Daphne chimes in with, "You're assuming these rules will be enforced equally. Judging from what I have seen on many other platforms, the confusion is the point. It's easier to scare people into self-censor."
I don't think anyone's assuming they're going to be enforced equally. I don't think it can be enforced equally. It's all going to be judgmental or AI involved or whatever. We're just saying that this is just what it is at the moment. There are workarounds to some capacity based on their rules. And again, if you're not face down and ass up, you're going to have a better chance than if you are.
Face down and ass up. That's how we sell a comic.
Wasn't until Monday.
All right, so in a few moments we're gonna talk to our guest of honor tonight for his contributions to this, which has been running our, for lack of a better term, stream for a while. But before we do that, I just want to touch on two of the campaigns that some of our people are working on, right? And the first one is from Mr. Calderon. Real quickly, brother. All right, a Country Night NYC.
You got cock all over that image. How are you still out there?
Giant cock.
Yep, and aggressive too. It's aggressive.
It's large and raging.
So this is a story that Oswald was telling within his own book. It's a story about a young lady named Anna. She's a knight, and she is her father and her brother, who were the protectors of their home, were killed in a war. So she's the only one that's left to protect her mother, her younger brother, and she's sent on this quest to New York City to bring back the Chalcian army. That's the name of their race. To help them expel these invaders that are invading their land. So, and that's the story. And she's a young lady, and if you scroll through a little bit, you can see she's done in a very cute style, but it's
not provocative.
Not provocative at all. Not provocative.
Right. Okay.
Hey, her ass is up. Her ass is no.
There you go.
There's just more cock though. More cock.
That cock is naked, buddy.
Yes.
Excuse me. That cock has a strap on it. That's
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, you know,
This is going to be the most highest rated show of all time.
probably all the way to the continent. But you know, she's running around doing what knights do. They kill the enemy, right? And there's quite a bit of that by her, you know, in this book. So it's just a lot of fun. Jay Gonzalez is the artist. She's a series artist, and yeah, like I said, it's just a lot of fun. Go check it out. I think we have about 9 days left. We've already funded. But you know, the more the merrier. We want to get as much people in there as we can. And as I like to say,
backers, 9 days to go. You've hit your funding goal. You're at $2,300, but there's always room to get a little bit more, brother.
There you go.
Right? And anybody interested, the link to that campaign is in the chat. So jump on that bad boy right now. After his, we've got Mr. Fred Schwartz with his fisticuffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pre-launch page, right? You want to give us a quickie on this, brother?
Absolutely. Fisticuffs is the story of a functional drunk whose comfortable life derails when a one-night stand has deadly consequences. It features the sense of humor of the boys, the action you'd find in Invincible, and the type of personal storytelling you'd find in a Martin Scorsese movie. In this particular chapter, it is the most superheroic kind of fun chapter that we lean into. Basically, our hero, who's failed at pretty much everything up until now in his life, gets a single shot at redemption of some kind, and we'll get to see if he fails or if he kind of cheats his way through it as he does everything else. But we're going to have books 1 through 4 available. We're going to have a 72-hour push with exclusives and catch-up tiers. So if you haven't experienced Fisticuffs yet, there'll be a discounted way for you to catch up and join the party a bit late.
All right, cool. And when are you launching again?
June 2nd.
June, that's right around the corner, brother.
Oh, yes. Nothing. And I certainly picked the best time to do it. So, God, man, am I kicking myself, for being back in, you know what? Just kicking a few months till June, nice time to let it build, What a dipshit I was, but.
I understand, brother.
And what you got to do is you got to be successful, being just reflect that resilience, right? That's all you got to do. Get it done.
Yeah, hunker down and
5 followers strong. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be good.
Thank you. I'm pushing, and I'm hopefully we'll get a few more before we launch, and hopefully it goes well. I'm excited.
Right on.
Way to be, brother. We got one more campaign, who is also in his final hours. Oh, way to go on that, brother. Mr. Ray Jameson. He's got his bad boy, the Madcaps. Ray, I'm sorry, we're not going to do the video. We got a lot going on today.
We discussed that. We don't need to beat a dead horse with the same videos.
We beat the dead horses even deader, Ray.
I make puppets out of them, and I don't feel so lonely. That's a bad joke.
All right, so you got 23 hours to go. You're fully
less
funded.
than $200 away from a final stretch goal.
Okay.
It is, if we can hit $3,000, Victor Medina has something really, really awesome that's going to be added to every physical issue. I am very excited to see this thing come to fruition. Hey, I'll just say the short version this time. We're talking about a ragtag group. They're going to be smashing around the undead. Appears to have something to do with the undead, and there's an elven necromancer behind the what looks like the entire thing. You just want to see a big slugfest for a 3rd and final issue with issues 1 and 2 that you can get as well. Go and get it now. It's 23 hours to boot. I guarantee you it's a good time. Anybody watching, go check out that trailer. It gives a really good summary. There's nothing really else I could say that hasn't been said already, but really looking forward to finally completing this campaign and this mini-series. This is going to be it. Lots of covers. That one's lava foil. That one's glow in the dark. You guys can look in and check out all the others. Lots of cool add-ons, including being able to play a D&D one-shot with a professional dungeon master who's extremely accommodating, blankets, T-shirts, a map of where this takes place. It goes on and on. You just got to go and check it out, but this is your last time to do it.
All right. And the link for this is in the chat. So those of you who are watching, click on over and get your hands on the Madcaps.
May I show one image, and I swear it's not your face on an alien?
If it is, I'm coming to Canada tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna sock you one right in the mouth.
Here, let me look up the image. I swear it's not a prank this time.
All right,
Found it. Just got to share.
go ahead.
I'm going to tease this. This is part of the. There we go. We got that. Beautiful. So this is the final stretch goal, but it will be in color. I'm not going to show that unless we actually get it. If we hit that stretch goal, I'll show off the color version. But
And who did this?
This is Victor Medina, my interior artist.
Okay.
He did this. He wanted to give a thank you to all the fans. This is the first time people are seeing it up close like this. So there's a lot going on. He definitely has a lot of McFarlane vibes to his abilities.
Right.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, and that's just the black and white. So if you guys back now, because we want to see this darn thing in color.
All right.
I'll stop sharing now.
All right. While this stuff was going on, we had people coming back to the chat. So let me pull them up. Don Draw Stuff. Presentation helps, of course. But if you have a shit book, no one's going to buy it. You also have to continuously build your brand. Socials, YouTube shows, draw streams, grind. It all helps. Yeah, it does, Don. The rules are simultaneously vague and specific on purpose so that the rules can be randomly applied with plausible deniability. Yes.
That reminds me of Cecil from Invincible. In the first season, he's intentionally trying to keep things vague and even kicks out, what's his name, back to the nether realm because he can't have black and white. So it works better for him kind of thing.
Yeah, shades of gray, right? I had to close my adult furry Patreon because of this BS. I didn't know that Patreon was doing this also. I'm still twitching from it. Sorry that happened. That also happened with Tumblr. I didn't know it happened on Patreon as well. Once you're the target of someone with a stick up their ass, nothing you do will be acceptable. Wow, I'm sorry about that, Def. All right. I'm side-eyeing this Kickstarter thing hard. Okay. I didn't know that, Jose. I thought you told. I wish you told me about that, man. Johnny, what's up, kid? How we doing, bro? And then we got Burks. Hell, man, I'll take it in black and white. Okay. Okay. Way to be.
Back now, we're getting real close.
All right.
Yeah.
Real close. 23 hours. Hit it. Again, all three of those campaigns are in the chat. Henry, what's up, Henry? How we doing, Papa? Now, we all know in the last few days that this stream in particular, Comic Book Streamland, is responsible for putting this book in demand. And one of the guys who worked on it is sitting right below me. Chris, you want to tell us how you got involved with the Laser Blast book? Bud?
Well, no, I got a more important question first.
Oh,
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah. No, this is really important because this is how this whole thing started. Chris, when you were offered this gig, did you have any clue what the hell Laser Blast was at that moment already?
I had a vague clue of what it was because I think it was on like USA Up All Night or something like that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
So I had a vague clue of what it was. I'm like, yeah, the guy with the thing on the arm. Yeah. But the gig didn't originally start with Laser Blast. It started with Zombie. Zombie was the flagship title of Ivan Press. Okay. And Sean and Steven. And Steven approached me. He saw my stuff on DeviantArt. He liked what I was doing, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, if you want to try out, we'll give you the gig."
Okay.
And I was always a horror fan, so it was.
So after being a horror fan and watching this, you still chose to do the book.
I
Were
did.
you
Yes.
drinking? Were you smoking? Were you coming back from the hospital?
Well, he showed me the artwork, and the artwork cinched it because the comic, of course, expands the story,
right?
And kind of parodies it, and getting to work with Kyle Hotz, that was getting to color Kyle Hotz. That was the clincher right there. So.
That is the clincher. We'll get back to Kyle Hotz in a moment. This book is leaps and bounds better than the fucking movie will ever be.
Well, it is, but it's also like the first 20 minutes of the movie. Like, we don't have the pool scene, and you know what I mean? Like, if they were to keep going and adapt this movie, I'd be curious to see how the rest of it got.
Was there supposed to be more, Chris?
Yes, there was. Supply and demand,
Yeah.
said otherwise. And unfortunately, Ivan did have to disband because the model that they had, just while it was very slick and people loved it, the money just wasn't there to support it. So.
Right. It's wild because this is packed with so many tchotchkes, right? And I know me and Marvin go back and forth a lot on how do we make this one book have value, right? Marvin is, I think, the key of packing in extras into his stuff. Were you part of the decision making on the VHS cover, the inserts, the fucking VHS cover? I mean, nobody's fucking done this. Nobody's packed this shit in to any book at all, ever. I mean, this is a brand new image, right? So you had to color this as well. Yes.
Yes.
Is this a piece of original art that's out there in the ether?
Well, it's really cool. I was cruising through Prime one night, and I noticed that they used one of the comic images for their cover art for Prime. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
How did they get away?
I don't know if it's still like that. Well, I asked Sean about it, and he said something about some unscrupulous fuck.
That sounds right. That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay. Are the guys coming back to work on more stuff? I mean, or excuse me, let me roll back on this. Did they pitch you before they got the license for this book from Full Moon? Or
No, I was already on the team, and then of course Steve would be like, "Oh, you're never gonna guess what's coming next. You're never gonna guess what's coming next," and so.
I don't know how to play that because I would have thought Puppet Master or Pumpkinhead.
Those were already with other publishers. They were like
Yeah.
at
were?
Action Lab and things like that. Yeah. Dark Horse
And-
and Pumpkinhead and so on.
Yeah, and Ivan was very much the house that Fulci built. The house that Fulci built. It was very much Fulci and Grindhouse. That was their focus. So.
Okay.
Well, and I can tell you from talking with Kyle, I won't say that he loves this movie, but he was aware of it. He knew this movie, and he was excited to be able to be part of this thing. So yeah, I can tell you that.
Okay. Speaking of Kyle,
he's an old school, movie nerd guy, and so he was like,
Very
"Oh
much
yeah,
so.
I have to do this."
you got something there in your hands, don't you?
I do got something.
Tom, I'm going to give you the single, buddy. While you take care of this.
So
not my single. Wait, hold on a second. Shit. Ha! I'm here. Hi, everyone.
So if you watch last week's Jay Dee Rosario show, you'll notice that I was often not paying attention. And that's because as soon as I found out that there was a piece of art that was available, I was basically talking to the artist the whole show while the show was going on. And Kyle Hotz is the guy who does 3 covers for this. There's the front cover, there's a back cover, and then there's the sleeve cover. The sleeve cover was auctioned off many, many years ago. I found that on Heritage Auctions. But then there was the back cover, and I was like, man, that's got to be, maybe Charles Band has that, maybe somebody from Ebon Press has that, because it's such a great piece. And then was it Ray? Last week, he's like, oh no, I talked to Kyle and he says that the inker has it. And I'm like, excuse me? And so I was immediately on Messenger with Kyle like, hey, tell me what the hell's going on. So by the end of the show, 90 minutes last week, by the end of the show, I had the art coming to me, and it arrived a couple of days ago. And this is it, guys. This is the back cover. And of course, it's taped the other way. This is the back cover for Laser Blast, done by Kyle Hotz.
Wait a fuck.
Wow.
No.
I was hoping it was a portrait image of Jay, but this was
And that was inked by Jason, right? I think.
Yes, this is Jason. Yeah. Here's what's funnier. Jason's in Michigan, like 2 hours from me. I could have driven over to his house and gotten it, but I had no idea that he was over here. So so this showed up like on Tuesday. And big thanks to Kyle, big thanks to Jason. And this
pretty awesome.
is the actual colored version.
Wait a minute.
Very nice.
You guys can see how that came out. So I would have never in my life imagined, number one, that there would be a Laser Blast comic. I never would have imagined, number two, that Kyle Hotz would be a part of it, and number three, that it would be in my hands. That was. This has been a whirlwind week for me.
I'm waiting for House by the Cemetery to blow up then. So.
That's for sale. Is that on their Etsy also?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, we're gonna look for that. Okay, all right.
Look
at that.
A few covers for House by the Cemetery as well. So.
I think Calderon, myself, we're gonna one up you soon, buddy. Okay. Just so you know,
The original claymation figurines of the actual aliens.
Well, Chris, what you don't know is Tom, he owns a lake in Michigan, so he can afford that. Calderon is a real estate mogul in New York City. Got the money to afford that. Me, I've got a couple fucking pennies. But yes, it's all about one-upping motherfuckers out here, Johnny Love. That's what we do. That's what we fucking do. Perdomo said that was fire. Burks comes back with a vague clue. Is all of the clues. The missus says, Jay, no one's up. So I guess my money.
You heard her, Jay. You got a 2-up then.
I got it. Babe, it's original art, and the guys are making me look bad on my own show. I've got to buy expensive shit to prove that I'm a man. Okay.
Straight up flexing.
You're my wife. You got to back me up on this. Come on, girl. Come on. We're a team. What do we work for? Okay. To make sure these guys don't buy the shit before I can fucking buy it. All right.
If you want a Laser Blast comic that's still in the box with all the shit signed by the colorist, hit me up.
Oh, you could. I already bought my fucking copy. Chris? Where are you based out of?
I'm in Michigan.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm about 4 hours from Tom. So
where are you?
I'm in Alpena.
I don't know where that is.
It is right
north.
Hold on here. Right here.
High north.
Yeah.
High north. You should come down to I don't know how far it is from you, but I'm going to be at Traverse City next weekend for the con.
Okay.
For Cherry Capital. If you want to go, I'm going to have a badge. You can just come hang out.
Oh, look at that.
Chill out.
Look at that. Oh, Chris is on the show one fucking time. Yeah. Marvin, me, Ray, Jose, we've been on the show a bunch of times. You didn't offer us any fucking badges.
This is lake life, man. This is lake life out here. It's in the glass now. Yeah.
The missus says no times infinity. Perdomo says you're a man. Damn right I'm a man. All right. You know what? Not only am I a man, you see this part where it says no times infinity? I'm the man of this house. I'm going to put the foot down. And when I say I'm going to one up these guys, guess what I'm going to do? And nothing is going to change my mind. Wait until next week. That means you have it in, Jay. LOL. Sometimes I should say things after she goes to bed. Okay. So,
I'm the man of the house, and I do what I want as long as the wife tells me
As long as she doesn't know what I'm doing.
As long as she's not watching the stream.
Kicking and screaming.
All right, now, Chris, we have been doing something the last few weeks, which has gotten a lot of people involved. It's been fun. We do a top 5. All right.
I got one more question for him.
Oh, okay.
Actually, do you have any idea these names on the wall who they are? It's like Bobenko, Berkeley Smith, D Zen.
Win. Oh, Marvin, you got a shout out on the back cover. Win is on here.
Cutler. Yeah. Are those people from the company? Because then there's the VHS logo right here too. So I'm assuming
I think it was just friends of Steven and Sean. They just threw names up on there.
Okay. Very cool. All right,
And
guys.
a little tidbit that people may not realize. Steven Romano, the one of the brains and founders of Ivan Press, who wrote all this sick, twisted shit. The first thing I ever colored for them was a fetus being ripped out of a woman by a witch doctor and then ripped in half. That was the first thing I ever colored for him.
So that's not going to make it on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
No, it is not. But Steven Romano, his day job, is writing romantic comedies for like Lifetime and all the chick networks.
Sounds like a character Christian Bale would be good at portraying.
That's funny. That's
how he makes his money.
That's the other side of his day job. You know what I mean? He's got to get it out somewhere. Wow. Okay, so he writes the Candace Cameron movies. Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right. What we're going to do is we're going to jump into our top 5. Chris, our top 5, we've been doing it quite a few weeks now, and we're going to randomly select a topic and then shout out what our top 5s are in that topic. You are here for the first time, so we're going to have you go first. But before we pull out the wheel of randomness, I want to show everybody what some of these topics are. We're looking at it could be IP wish list, street level heroes, martial arts comics, action comics, iconic weapons and accessories. So if it's like a Star Trek, a tricorder, Indiana Jones's whip, that's what we're talking about there. Comic book or movie adaptations, catchphrases. There's a ton of catchphrases, even though we've hit that topic before. Tom, we'll do it again because I know we barely touched the tip of the iceberg or something like that. Heroic sacrifices. So I don't know, maybe that Bruce Willis scene in Armageddon is probably part of your top 5. What some of your worst movies are: sci-fi movies, comic book villains, action icons, what the fuck moments, and femme fatales. All right, so these are the topics in our top 5, and I want to let everybody know, if you're in the chat, chime in with the top 5. Whoever has, I think, the best top 5 in the chat will randomly receive a Zombie Mailman pin, courtesy of Unstoppable Comics. All right, this is Postal Pete, and we sent one out to Mr. Green Lantern Burks last week because he took part of our top 5 in the chat. He had some of the best answers, better than some of the guys on the panel. So as a thank you, we sent that over to him. So Burks, I'm sorry you can't get it again. All right, but
Going to Australia.
We've got 32 to 36 people watching us live. Chime in. All right, say something when we pull out these topics. All right, here is our wheel of randomness.
Is it still rigged?
It's still rigged.
Yeah, it's going to come up 7 with catchphrases on the first roll.
It's not going to come up 7
because we did that last week already.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
He's got a big list of catchphrases. He was really happy with his list of catchphrases.
Yeah,
so he left
my
it
list of
on
catchphrases. Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh, please be 7. Oh. H. What's H?
Hey, number 4. We're going to be looking at number 4. What is number 4, folks? All right. Media assets. Number 4. Number 4 is Action Comics. All right. We're going to start with you, Chris, since you are the guest for tonight. What are your top 5 Action Comics?
Oh, do they have to be current?
Whatever you want, brother. It's your top 5. No right or wrong.
All right.
It could be a series. It could be a single issue. It could be a segment. It could be a crossover. Your choice.
All right. So I'm going to have to start with my first one is the first comic that I really remember loving. And I used to copy from it all the time, you know, when I was like, oh, I'm going to be a comic artist and this is what I have to do. It was What If Wolverine Was an Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Oh, nice.
And I realized who that's by.
What was it by?
Liefeld.
Oh, that was the second run of What If.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one really sticks in my memory. I love that. I was a huge fan of Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo Crew.
Okay.
I don't know if that's. I realize that's comedy and parody, but it was also very much action. Wildcats is what got me back into comics in the 90s.
Okay.
I was a big fan of Punisher War Journal.
Nice.
And my top. It would have to be. I'm gonna go with Spawn.
Way to be on that. Okay. Shit, would Spawn exist in the upcoming Kickstarter era? I don't know, but that's a good list. So you got the What If Wolverine was Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew, Wildcats, Punisher War Journal, and Spawn. Okay, way to be on that, Chris. Marvin, we're gonna go to you next, and then we're gonna work our way across and zip our way down. What are your top 5, brother?
Give me G.I. Joe.
Nice.
Give me Robotech.
Good call.
Give me X-Men.
Yeah.
I'll take Wildcats also.
Uh-huh.
And then Radiant Black.
Radiant Black. You know, I never picked up one issue of Radiant Black.
It's really good. It's Power Rangers on steroids.
Okay. 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 So they do all 5 colors? I mean,
and more. So it's by the guy who was working on Power Rangers who had ideas. They wouldn't let him do it, so he made his own book.
Good shit. That's how you strip off the serial numbers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tom, where you at with your top 5, brother?
Invincible.
Yeah.
Battle Pope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Battle Pope, dude. You ever seen a Pope start punching demons out and stuff? You got to read some Battle Pope. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not a joke. Do you not know what Battle Pope is?
I know what it is. I never picked it up.
Okay.
I kickers for the
Be
Lord.
careful. Battle Pope's going to be the new Laser Blast.
No, I'm recommending Battle Pope. I don't recommend Laser
Battle Pope. That's Pencil Jack days, man, with Kirkman.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
X-Men specifically, I like the Mutant Massacre period right there. Pretty much anything Godzilla. And outside the box, I'm going to throw Hookjaw at you all. Do you guys know what Hookjaw is?
Oh my god, I so want to color out. I would color a shark comic for free.
Hookjaw. I'm sorry.
Hookjaw is about a great white shark who gets harpooned, and the harpoon sticks in his face, so it's like sticking out of his mouth, and then he's an asshole and he eats people, and it's an old 70s European book. That's the primary. That's the really aggressive stuff. And then Titan Comics brought it back, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. And they did a mini series with it there. That was nowhere near as good as what they were doing with the 70s stuff. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's basically anthology morality tales.
I love there's one scene that just has stuck out in my brain where they're out on a oil rig, and the shark's attacking at the same time that like the postman is coming on his boat, and the shark knocks over the postman boat, and they're all upset that all their mail got messed up. Like that's that moment, like, oh my god, my letters! Like, okay, that's fantastic. That's some 70s writing right there.
All right. Calderon, we're with you, brother.
All right, Action Comics.
Yeah.
Action
Yeah,
Comics.
no, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
No.
82, 378.
I'm actually only joking about that. Thor 337.
What was it?
Thor 337.
Beta Ray Bill.
That's a great one.
Daredevil, The Death of Electro, issue 181.
You bastard.
X-Men 143, last issue drawn by John Byrne. That's the one where Kitty Pryde fights the alien,
Okay.
right? Avengers Annual 10. That's Rogue, Michael Golden art. And Faust.
Oh, Faust. Wow. Okay.
There's ever an Action Comics with tits, cocks, and balls.
It's McGee.
Okay. All right.
Tim Vigil.
Fred, talk to us, brother.
Calderon took my number one. That Daredevil 181 would have been my number one, but I'll knock it off the list. So Jeff Johns' entire Green Lantern run, probably my favorite, like, cosmic action. The Ultimates, when you said action, like, that to me felt like, when I first read it, really felt like cinematic, and obviously the Avengers movies took a lot from that. Any chance I get, I try to throw the Pro in. I love the Pro. It's especially if we're going to talk about action scenes, the one where the plane gets clipped and the Saint has to save it is among my favorites. So
Wait, I'm sorry. The Crow?
the Pro, the Pro.
PRO.
The Pro is written by, I'm going to real quick, I don't know if people know about it. It's written by Garth Ennis, drawn by Amanda Connor. It's brilliant. It's kind of like It's a Wonderful Life premise where there's like this alien in space debating on whether or not people are good or not. And he decides that if he gives the least likely person superpowers, they might do something good with them. So he gives them to a professional prostitute, single mother. And it's basically, she's recruited by their surrogate Justice League, and it's how she completely destroys it from the inside out. It's kind of like It's a Wonderful Life theme, but like Garth Ennis sensibilities. I recommend that any chance I get. For any time people are like, oh, comics are corny or whatever, like, no, this one goes hard. You'll like it. Trust me. Unless, you work for Stripe.
Hollywood almost did something with it. Like, it was.
Did
really
they?
close. Yeah, it was really close.
Because after watching Gen V, I would love to see Lizzie Broadway take that role on.
It's totally. You could do it right now without any problem. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just not on Kickstarter.
Yes. My last two, I'll throw in. I'll throw in Death of Superman, because it literally is just an action, scene, and it was so impactful to me. And then the last one, Riot at Xavier's, specifically, just that arc. I thought it was a really cool idea that, the kind of threat would come from within the Institute. And that was when Quentin Quire was still so badass and Grant Morrison was just killing it. So I love that arc. So, yeah.
Okay. I like
you
that.
guys know that Death of Superman counted down in the books, right? Each book had counted down from panels. So on the last four, there was 4 panels, 3 panels, 2 panels. The last issue was all splashes.
Splash pages. Yeah. That was a great breakdown. Yeah. Ray, you ready, kid?
I think so. These ones I feel are, well, first one is very obvious. I'm a big fan of Volume 2 of Ghost Rider, and Catches the Rider. I loved Infinity War. I loved the whole plot of the Magus manipulating everybody to make the Infinity Stones a thing again.
Yeah.
In the early 90s, there was a 6-issue miniseries of Double Dragon, the video game. I haven't read it since it was fresh. It had a big impact on me. It's all the kung fu, all the melee combat. I had to look up the cover to specify Wolverine issue number 34, where he has to track down this feral beast and protect these 2 individuals. It had a lot of impact. It's Beast versus Beast, which is when Wolverine thrives. Doesn't matter if he's fighting Hulk or Wendigo or Sabretooth. This falls right in line with that. I don't have a number 5. A lot of good ones were mentioned. I mean, Invincible's great. Death of Superman is great. I would need to think for a while, but you could fit any of those in my number 5 spot.
Captain Canuck. Just say Captain Canuck.
Guardian, Alpha Flight. Forget Adam Comley and his nonsense. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Adam Comley.
You hate your fellow Canadian? That's terrible.
Aye.
You're going to say you love every American in there. You're going to tell me that.
You know, there's a joke here in Michigan that the reason Canadians are so nice is because they channel all their hatred into their geese, and then they send them to fucking Michigan.
Oh, dude.
That's a story right there. I'm gonna write that story. That's amazing. Like a magic, like all Canadians are like magical, and they put all their hate into the geese and send the geese off. Like
It's
I love
very
this
true.
premise. This is a
The
great
Cobra
premise.
chickens are vicious when their
Oh my
baby
God.
chicks hatch, which is right now.
I'm taking notes right now.
Absolutely. As soon as they're young, are hatched, and they're marching them around through traffic. They don't even care. They'll stare down an oncoming semi truck. They don't care. They'll look right at it, wait for it to stop, and then start walking. They're just full rage.
I'll tell you what they don't like. They don't like swans. Swans will fuck them up, because that happened on my lake. There was one swan living on this lake, and the geese showed
Swans
up.
are pretty tough, man.
The swan was like, "Get the fuck off my lake," and it was brutal for a while.
Yeah, those two birds, their wing flap is so strong they can actually break limbs. Like, no messing around. And if you look at an open mouth, Google image search it, not only do they have little teeth on their beaks, but they also have teeth on the edge of their tongue, right around like a serrated saw.
Yeah.
It is.
I know.
Put that on Kickstarter either.
I was bit by geese. Two of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
they are vicious.
Yeah, you don't mess with a cobra
My
chicken. All they
grandfather
do is
had an
flap and
8-acre
hiss.
farm in Puerto Rico,
Cobra
and
chicken.
me and my cousin have slingshot UFOs, and we'd shoot them all around the farm.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
of them landed in the geese pen, and me being the older cousin, I'll go get it. I'll protect you. Those motherfuckers defended their territory. I had fucking bite marks all the way down my arm, all the way down my leg, man. Two motherfuckers, bro. One had the top half, the other one had the bottom half. I was screaming like a fucking bitch.
Yeah, they'll mess you right up.
Put that in your fucking book, Tom.
Yeah, they will mess you
I will. Jay screams like a bitch.
All right, so here I'm gonna hit up my top 5. I'm gonna go with Goon from Dark Horse. I dug it. Blue Collar all the way. Mage, the entire trilogy, big action book for me. Superman. I mean, yeah, he's just action comics. That's it. Doesn't get better, right? Battle Beast. You mentioned Invincible. Well, fucking Battle Beast. Holy shit! From first page to last page, people are getting the shit lopped off. And then this is near and dear to my heart. I'm gonna go with Captain America: The Greenwald Era. The Greenwald Era. That was. I came up on that. I think that's the best Captain America era ever. So we're gonna go with that.
I'm already plotting this out. There'll be a panel with Jay screaming, and it'll just say "bitch noises intensify."
You know what? I'd buy that page. I'd buy the page. All right. I'd buy the page. All right, guys. We got time to throw another one in there. I didn't think we'd go so fast. So we're going back to our wheel of randomness. And if you are in the chat, we still got a bunch of people watching. If you're sticking it out with us this long, let us know what your top 5 is. The best top 5 will get a chance to win our zombie mailman pin. All right. Here we go. Wheel of randomness. We've taken out number 4. Okay, so here we go. We're spinning that, mother. Ooh, number 10. Number 10. All right, number 10 is. Number 10 is top 5 sci-fi movies, guys.
Didn't we do this one already?
No.
Sci-fi comics last time.
Yes.
Is that what that was?
Yes.
I thought we did movies.
Yeah, I thought we did movies.
I think we did movies.
No. Pretty sure we didn't do the movies.
Yeah, we did, because we were talking about aliens and all that kind of crap.
Arrival. Yeah.
We did. Fuck.
Should we
I
do
think
it
I
again?
pulled off the wrong ones, guys.
Come on, spin it again, bro.
Holy shit. All right,
right,
so we'll spin it again.
Spin it
We'll
till we
spin it
get
again.
7.
Because martial arts movies, well, martial arts comics. Okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping for 11.
All right. We'll spin it again. All right. I fucked up.
Yeah, we know.
All right, it happens. Listen.
All the time.
I don't knock your production value ever, do I? No.
My production value has laser blast in it.
Okay, here we go. All right. Number 14. Number 14, boys. That is, I believe, Femme Fatale.
Oh.
Your top 5 Femme Fatales. All right, we're gonna start off with Marvin, but I want to ask if you're ready first. If not, I'll give you a second. Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go, brother. Here we go.
Are we talking across all media?
Yes. So if I don't specify comics or movies, it could be literature, books, comic books, movies.
And are we talking about characters or real people?
Both.
Okay.
Yes. So if you got an actress that has done a series of stuff that you like, put that in
So, I
there.
mean, let's start at the top and go Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
Then let's do Scarlett Johansson,
Yeah.
Linda Hamilton,
Good call.
Kate Beckinsale.
Okay. Okay. All
I mean,
right.
is that 4?
Yeah.
And Mila Jovovich.
Yeah. Good job. Okay. All right. No characters. You went straight for the actresses.
Yeah.
Way to go. Okay. All right. Characters are allowed as well, guys. Just in case you're wondering. All right. Does anybody think they're ready?
I am.
Okay. Let's go, Ray.
Mine are all characters. So
Okay.
first one, Wonder Woman.
Uh-huh.
Second one, sort of already mentioned in specific, Alice from Resident Evil, played by Mila Jovovich. Also, the actress mentioned Ripley in Alien.
Uh-huh.
Pre-Disney Carol Danvers, when she was really awesome.
Uh-huh.
And the last one, video game character Samus Aran.
There you go, bro. I like that.
Super Metroid all the way.
Yeah. All right. Who's ready?
I'm ready.
I just got done playing Metroid Dread. Fantastic.
Metroid Dread. All right. Jose, hit us up, brother.
Sans Serif from the Spirit Comics from Will Eisner.
Okay.
Morgana Le Fay.
Yeah.
Silk Satin, another character from the Spirit. Electra. And Typhoid Mary.
Nice.
Yeah. You locked in Spirit and Daredevil easy, right?
Yeah. I just read those comics recently, so
Okay. All right. Chris, you ready, bud? Or you need time?
Yeah, I can go. Yeah.
Hear it.
All right. So my number one, near and dear to my heart, Zealot from Wildcats.
Okay.
Number 2 would be Voodoo from Wildcats. I'm a
Okay.
big Wildcats fan. Number 3, a series and a movie that I very much enjoyed is La Femme Nikita.
Nice.
And or number 4, or that was number 3. Number 4, this is just general, the Bond Babes. I don't have necessarily a specific one, but the Bond Babes.
The Bond. Give me more context. What Bond babes? What is this?
Bond girls.
Oh, the Bond girls. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, the Bond girls. Yes.
I thought you mean like the bombshell stuff. Okay, Bond. Oh, yeah, definitely, bro. Bond babes.
everyone's favorite, Pussy Lagore. No, Pussy. Damn it, I messed it up.
Pussy Lagore.
Was it Pussy Lagore?
Yes, Pussy Lagore.
It was
No, it was something.
Pussy
else.
galore.
Pussy Galore. Yeah, that's it.
I'm sorry. Yes. Okay.
Might be thinking of the Austin Powers equivalent message.
Yes.
Right. And number 5 would have to be Electra, of course.
Yeah. All right. Fred, you ready, kid?
Yeah. Once again, many were said. Great choices, but I will go with Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, especially from certain. I can really cherry pick my favorite Black Widows. I really liked her when she interacted with Daredevil specifically. Jessica Harrow from Grimm, Buffy, and from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and since Sans Serif was taken, good one, good call. I'll go with Magic from the X-Men as well.
Okay. Cool. All right, Tom.
I don't know, man. I don't know. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. Well, only partially because everybody's kind of said a lot of the stuff that I would have said at this point. But I've got there's no way Wonder Woman just in general as a character can't be on the list. So we got to put Wonder Woman on the list.
Mm-hmm.
We have Sarah Connor from Terminator 2.
Right.
At least that one, if nothing else. Catwoman from Batman Returns is fantastic. Hit Girl from Kick-Ass is Kick-Ass. And I don't know about I have a fucking fourth one or a fifth one. I mean, I'm sure I do, but I just don't know what it would be off the top of my head. We'll say the Dirty Pair, the anime, the manga, Dirty Pair.
Yuri and Kay, that counts as two.
Yuri and Kay.
Okay.
So Yuri then.
All right. Dirty Pair. Okay. I'm gonna go with Numi Rapace, the actress from the Swedish girl with the dragon tattoo, and she did a few Netflix direct movies, like What Happened to Wednesday. She did one where she was a personal bodyguard. It was the female equivalent of Man on Fire. I was with that, and of course the Prometheus movie. Numi did some good kick ass shit there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with White Queen, Miss Emma Frost from the comics, not the movie, because X-Men Origins. I'm sorry, just she was bland. She felt really flat.
First class, sir, not Origins.
First class, excuse me. I stand corrected, sir. Yes,
she was the weak link in that movie.
She really
both movies and was terrible in both of them.
What White Queen was in another movie?
Yeah, they changed her to Silver Fox's sister, but her name was Emma, and she had White Queen's powers. Her secondary mutation.
She did, yeah.
Oh.
And then, if anybody remembers back, she was in the Generation X TV movie. If anybody caught that,
Yep.
Nobody caught that.
Her and Banshee as the leaders.
Maybe throw up in my mouth, bud. Holy shit! I got some acid reflux off of that, bro. That was bad. Oh my!
I watched it again recently. It is painful. It is a grind.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go with Scarlet from GI Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big GI Joe mark. Everybody knows this, right? And there was the
it's Scarlet, Baroness, Cover Girl, Lady J, right? That's your list.
But Scarlet had that red hair, and you didn't know if she was Duke's lady or if she was Snake Eyes' lady.
Yeah, but she's the only one of them that ever got captured. All the other chicks were running around fine. Scarlet got caught.
That shows you everybody wanted Scarlet, bro.
I'm saying she's not the badass. Lady J,
you got captured a lot too.
I don't know. Lady J was loyal to Flint, or was she? I don't fucking know.
No, she got captured and then she got kidnapped when they insinuated that she was her cousin was Destro, and that one.
Because what? They were both Irish.
Scottish.
Way to go! They were both Scottish.
Scottish, yes. Destro was Scottish.
Destro was Scottish.
Well, Destro was Scottish. She was Irish, right?
Scottish, Irish.
depends on who.
Hey, I resemble those remarks.
What? I don't know if anybody read the Scarlet miniseries from G.I. Joe Energon universe. It was a 4-issue miniseries. I think it was Kelly Kelly Johnson? No, I don't know. Shit, I don't know who fucking wrote that. But uh, it's an awesome book. If you get the chance to pick it up, please look at it. It is there. 4-issue miniseries. You'll find it on Amazon. I was down with that. Another one is it's for me. Witchblade. Witchblade brought that whole. She was the centerpiece of that whole era in the '90s, right?
Mhm.
You could say she was the top cow, if that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow, that's a bad one. Bud. That was dude. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad.
You know he's the dad.
You're welcome.
And it, it was said already, but the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman was it for me. Sexy, sultry, a little bit nerdy, right? A little bit of that geek girl in her. But the stitched together costume, the fact that she went out like a fucking champ at the end of the movie with the taser kissing what's his name? Oh my god.
Max Shrek.
Max Shrek. Right. But what was the actor?
Christopher
Walken.
Walken, yeah.
All right. Shit. You know what? We usually go an hour and a half, but we had a lot going on. Let me look at some of the stuff in the chat. All right. Alex Gomez says this stuff is on fire. Perdomo comes with Titanic, Bronx Tale. Wait, I'm not done. Black Cat, Star Sapphire. Perdomo says Starlight, Elektra, Wonder Woman, Scarlet Witch, and Gamora. Okay. I like that. VNet says Faye Valentine. I'm not familiar. Who's Faye Valentine? Anybody? No? No? Okay. Burke says Mary Jade Skywalker. You had to add that last name in there, didn't you, bud?
Dave Valentine's from Cowboy Bebop, apparently.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. And Brian says Green Lantern Burks, I guess you could throw in Asajj Ventress too. LOL. Okay. I like what Perdomo's doing. Started Elektra, Wonder Woman, Scarlet Witch, Gamora. He's rocking with this stuff. You know what? Let's throw one more in there, guys. We had a lot of people here today. We were packed. Let's get these views. Especially since I fucked up with one of those numbers. And we're going back to our Wheel of Death. We're removing choice number 14 and spinning her up. Number 1. Oh, God. I like this number 1, folks. I know it without even pulling this up. It is IP wish list. Okay. There we go. Number 1 is IP wish list. Guys, it doesn't matter if you can make it into a comic book, a movie, a fucking radio play, whatever it is. But I will add this. If it is an audio drama, you cannot put it in there. You got to pull it out of that and make it a movie or make it a comic. Okay. Your top 5 IP wish list. I will ask first if anyone wants to start.
I got you like always.
We did this.
No, we did not.
No,
I know for a fact we did not. I've been waiting for this. Marvin, you said you're ready?
Yes, sir.
My man, Marvin, let's go.
So something I tried to get a long time ago, Contra.
Yeah.
I mean that's mass media. That's comics. That's animation. That's movies. And I did get a box the other day from Brett Booth. So I really wish that someone would get a hold of Backlash and do something with that character. But from talking with him, like the rights are all over the place for that. And like he owns like 30% of the character.
He owns 30% of it?
Yeah. And then like Jim Lee owns another, and then DC owns the rest of it.
Damn.
So you'll never see Backlash unless Wildstorm leaves DC, which is not going to happen.
Right. Okay.
No, I'm stuck on that.
You got so excited with Contra.
Yeah, Contra, man. That was just like, I mean, it goes for some more Konami stuff then, like Life Force, Castlevania.
Life Force. Okay.
Castlevania.
Well, excuse me. What would you turn it into? Are these all comics?
Yeah, they're all back. That's all. It's all mass media. Like these are
Okay.
comics, movies. Like, 'cause, you know, they've got a Last Starfighter comic, sequel comic coming out. So
Okay.
that's a limit on some stuff now. Like it depends on who's interested and who hits it. And for the last one, Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Ray, you ready?
I've got 3.
Okay, so we'll give you time. We'll give you time. You got 3. And who's ready right now?
Question. So this is, it has to be either turned into a comic or a movie?
Yeah.
Like you can't just like want something to like expand the series if it's already a movie?
Okay. Fuck it. You want to do a sequel to a movie? Go for it.
All right. Because I got my list.
Let's hear it.
All right. Number 1, Wishmaster. Because what Chris Angel did to that fucking series is an abomination.
Really? Okay.
Dead Snow. Nazis and zombies. Great fucking combination.
Yes.
I never laughed so hard after Dead Snow 2 is hilarious. Love that series. Anything Lovecraft. I'm a huge Lovecraft fan, specifically like Cthulhu-ish. The Event Horizon series.
Nice.
I would love to do something more with the Event Horizon series. I think the comic series was dull as fuck. I don't know if anybody read that.
The art was awesome.
They're on a sequel right now.
Well, it was the prequel to the movie.
It's terrible.
No, but there's something else coming out right now. Also.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, the prequel one was
the original
dull.
one.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
And being the shark fan that I am, Jaws.
I'm glad you said it before, Tom. Good list, Chris. I like that.
I can see the look in Tom's eyes. He's like, "You motherfucker."
No, I'm already doing a Jaws thing. Like it's already happening. So,
Okay.
no.
So let's hear your IP wish list, Tom.
So we did this, but we did this on Calderon's show. That's why it was familiar.
Okay.
So the first 2 and the 2 that I said on his show were The Howling. I want The Howling bad. And Land of the Lost, the original series, not that 90s abomination that they did, not the movie abomination that they did, but I want to be able to go back to the original series and do Land of the Lost. I was watching Krull a couple of nights ago, and then when that was over, I was like, "Give me this! I'm ready to do a sequel of Krull. I can do this."
Yeah, it needs more. That
Krull is ripe for a remake, man.
Yeah,
there's
so much more.
Krull.
Krull.
Oh yeah, with the glaive.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Krull. I would love to write a Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, movie
in New York. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
And of course Laser Blast. I'm ready for Laser Blast. I'm ready. Charles Band. I'm ready.
Okay. You might have to fight the guys over that item. You might have to fight them, bro. You know. Chris, are they coming back? What? I hope they're coming back.
They're working with, the last I heard, they're working with Vinegar Syndrome. That was the last thing I've heard. So
okay.
And I know Sean is bringing back somebody bought Rotten Cotton. I don't know if you're familiar with Rotten Cotton, the t-shirt company.
No, not familiar with them.
Which was very, because it was owned by Sean, so it was very much connected to Ivan. They're bringing that back too. So
okay, Rotten Cotton. All right, cool, man. Good shit. I wish them well, man. Calderon.
Dynamo Joe, which was a comic. I'd like to see that turn into an anime.
Okay.
Phase 1 Phasers, which is a comic book I'd like to continue. Elementals, which is a comic book I would like to see Bill Willingham finish. The Chronicles of Amber, a book series written by Roger Zelazny. I'd like to see made into a live-action TV show, a la Game of Thrones. Not necessarily because it's nothing like Game of Thrones, but just like a TV show.
Okay.
Another one is Weave World, Clive Barker, but as a live-action, either like 3-part movie, because it probably take that many parts to make it, or even a series, live action.
Okay. That's what. Oh, that is 5. Okay. Dynamo Joe, Phase 1 Phasers, Elementals, Chronicle of Amber, and Weave World. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Fred,
Mm-hmm.
let's hear it, brother.
All right. So I'm going to start with the ones that I've already got ideas for, right? Somebody came to me tomorrow. I have a Harley Quinn story that I want to do. It's kind of a one-off. That's a bit of a passion project. I have a Batman story that I would love to do in comic form. And I've always wanted to do a Wolverine and an X-Men story. I have a take on them that I think might be a bit different. And then, of course, I would love to make a Fisticuffs feature film. I have this fragile fantasy that someday somebody might actually let me do that, which is not going to happen. And then I'll continue my theme from earlier today that if somebody let me make that film and it was a success, they would let me direct The Pro with Lizzie Broadway. That would be my last one. I did have one that I used to tell people for years, but Hulk Hogan, I wasn't a fan of him near the end and whatever. But when I was younger, I wanted to do Thunder meets Knight Rider in Paradise. I always thought the idea of like the souped up talking ship and the talking car communicating with each other, and then like Hasselhoff and Hogan acting alongside each other. I thought that would have made something, but that's not in the cards anymore.
That was 80s, more 80s.
Yeah, I mean, the intention is to make just pure like schlock, but to have fun with it, just to make something. That was like a multi-step plan. Like first they let me make the comics, then they let me make the movies, and then I torpedo my career with that. So it all works out in the end.
I like that. Okay. Ray, you're on the clock, bud.
I realized I was muted. All right, honorable mention. It's already been done, but I would love to do it myself. Is Big Trouble in Little China.
Going to be on that.
Or at least get Kurt Russell to come back for a sequel, maybe. I grew up on that movie. That's my jam. All right, so for top 5, Brave Star. I'd love to mess around with that in the comic realm. I think that would be really cool. I already mentioned Samus, and for this Metroid, same thing. I'm a fan of that franchise. It's pretty awesome. There was a novel written by Peter David about the Incredible Hulk called What Savage Beast, which came out in 96. I read that a bunch of times for about 5 years. I think I read it once a year. I love that story. It involves the Maestro coming back into our present time and messing with Bruce Banner.
Okay.
The Monster Squad. I love that movie.
Nice.
There's a lot of deleted scenes. The footage is lost, and it's very intriguing when you read up on that stuff, especially the opening intro. There's more to do with Van Helsing taking on the vampires in the castle. I think that'd make a cool sequel, have the kids as older teens. I think it would fall short only because Stranger Things has that thunder right now, but I think it would be a pretty awesome thing as a comic, maybe.
I'm with you on that.
And the last one, another one that had a big influence on my childhood, so you cannot judge, Gen Xers can't judge me too much.
I will.
Being a millennial, but we'll go with Buckaroo Banzai with Peter Weller.
Oh, I judge you. Marvin, what was the name of the bad guy?
John Walker.
Butte.
Big Boots.
Butte! Tay! What a great movie.
Butte. John Dick Butte.
Buckaroo Banzai. I can't judge it, but I don't think that that can be made today. It just
think of all the alien potential, just like in the comic with the laser blast. You could expand. I think there's potential in that respect.
Okay.
Would you want some scientific rock star, RoboCop, all the cool things he did in that movie?
Okay,
I think that'd be awesome.
All right.
Laser Blast should be paying this show, by the way. Like all the free promo. Like I am I am so ready to watch this movie now. Like while we were doing this, I checked, it's on my Prime. I am ready to go. So
I'm going to download
sponsorship.
this stream and capture you saying that, and then I'm going to reflect on it later, and then I'm going to put that together with it.
From someone who has a closer tie to the property than anyone else here on the stream, Chris, I want to ask you, because I'm biased, should he watch the Laser Blast movie or not?
It's a must watch for anybody who's a fan of schlocky sci-fi.
There
So
you go.
yeah,
I like how he gave the conditions. Of
Yeah.
that's accurate. Yeah.
maybe I
You
can.
might want to be like like moving, like walk on a treadmill while watching it. It'd be less torturous.
if you like
Turn it
stop
up.
animation,
Yeah.
it's a good watch too. So
That sounds like the challenge they did when the long walk came out, and they had people walk on treadmills, and you couldn't stop walking, or you didn't get to watch the whole movie.
Oh, wow.
On the Long Walk, the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
had
brilliant.
to prepare for it. They had treadmills, and people who were watching it had to walk the treadmill, and they had to walk it for the whole movie. And if not, they put them out. And they couldn't watch the whole movie.
Holy shit.
That's
Okay.
brilliant.
That's cool.
and if you want context as to what the aliens are actually saying in the movie for Laser Blast, read the comic. It's
Oh,
hilarious.
yes. Excellent. All right, before I chime in with my top 5, let me hit the chat over here. BMD Nerd comes back with, could a couple of y'all start some beef? I haven't seen much crowdfund creative drama on Twitter lately. Well, BMD Nerd, me and Calderon pretty much hate each other, so that's a personal
That's true.
the beef is always long standing, baby. You know what I mean? You don't got to worry about that.
Tom, Deep Blue Sea is better than Jaws.
Oh,
Ooh.
Did somebody say beef?
So you're fired. It's simple.
Ray,
I mean, it's
pull a
just
whole
simple.
documentary of me coming to Canada and socking you in the mouth. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to make a race of aliens called the JDRs.
I like that. That's not beef, though. That's not beef. Oh, I like that. Shit.
Everybody now has to watch the director's cut of Jaws 4
Oh
and
man.
see the water splash up against the backdrop.
Uh-huh.
They filmed it in the tank that they filmed the Truman Show in, and you look in the background, you see the water splashing up against the sky.
Yeah, but at least you get the right ending.
Do you though?
Yes,
You get-
yes, you do.
People's shitty accent.
Oh,
That's-
what a terrible movie. That's right
Yeah.
up there and terrible, man.
On a scale of would you rather? Would you rather watch Jim Cotta or Laser Blast?
Laser Blast. Laser Blast.
Yeah, Laser Blast.
Put another one in there. Would you rather watch Jim Cotta, Laser Blast, or Troll 2?
Laser Blast.
This is getting pretty
This is
intense.
not even difficult. I mean, this is really not even difficult.
Every Saturday night, me and 4 of my friends, we get together on Messenger and we watch a shitty movie on Tubi and we MST3K it.
Oh, nice.
It's hilarious. It's
Nice.
a blast. It's the highlight of my Saturday night as a 52-year-old crotchety old bastard.
I want to know what you guys are going to pick for this week. I'm interested, bud. I'm interested.
Hey,
Um,
anybody's welcome to join in.
Yeah, bro. I'm down. Okay, let me hit the chat again. Burke says Laser Blast. VNet, if I choose a crossover, that counts as 2. No, you can fuck it. Just put it up there. Let me hear it.
Did you hear that they're apparently doing a Django Zorro movie?
Yes, they are.
I did
I
hear
heard
that.
of this.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
That was in the works prior. That was in the works when that was coming out. And somehow they're revisiting it.
Will it be old man Zorro, like Banderas is back?
No,
Or even older man Zorro bringing Anthony Hopkins?
I don't know.
Who haven't they stuck Zorro with? I colored a Zorro versus Cthulhu comic book.
Really?
Yeah. For American mythology.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I want to pick that up. I'm gonna look for that.
Zorro did well in that one.
Yeah, he did actually.
Okay. Burke says Golden Axe Altered Beast. Okay. The prequel was okay. Haven't gotten the sequel yet. Maria, hey cuz, hey baby, how we doing? The artist who draws RPG Dragon's Bane needs to make a comic of it. I want to see that. All right, but V-Night, I want to hear what your top 5 is, bud. All right, honorable mention for me goes to The Thousand Lives of Blackjack Savage. It was a shitty ass TV show that aired on NBC in the cocaine era of production. It only went 3 episodes. I was a kid. It hit me at the right fucking time. And it was about a reincarnated pirate who was haunting the person who bought the house on top of the treasure that he buried. And together, they were going to go through all the coins, give them back, or do whatever story was tied to the fucking coins that were in his plunder, so that way Savage can take the eternal rest. I think there was only 3 episodes that ever aired on NBC, but I'm with that. So that's my honorable mention. I'm gonna go with Megaforce. That is my action movie. I'm never gonna get G.I. Joe. So I'm gonna go with the big team, the vehicles, the chaos, the destruction. Gonna go with Rygar, the video game. I love the shield slingingness of it. I'm a shield slinger mark, so Rygar is there for me. Besides that, there is an audio horror anthology on iTunes called Old Gods of the Appalachia. I'm a huge fan. They're close to 100 episodes. And it talks about not the Cthulhu, but whatever old gods are parallel to Cthulhu that were in the Appalachian Mountains in the early 1900s. A mining company released him, and the chaos that it caused the families that were around that.
Cthulhu adjacent,
right? Yeah. But it's like they do weird things like the Old Mother and just I forgot what the black smoke was called, but they tie into a lot of First Nation mythologies as well. Shocker.
The Wes Craven?
The Wes Craven Shocker, dude. Okay. Just the fact that he could go into the fucking bodies. Just let's go for it. Let's fucking have fun, right? Right. He went into a little girl in one of the movies and seeing a 10-year-old little blonde-haired pigtail girl cursing him out. It was fucking limp. It was just fucking awesome.
Anybody who was a fan of him from the X-Files needs to watch Shocker.
Yeah, man. Definitely. And oh shit, I don't got a 4th one. Motherfucker. I'm gonna say the cartoon Black Star. It was Filmation. I don't want to say in its heyday, but just before He-Man. So it still had a little bit of the quirkiness, but they were trying to tell a story and they were trying to establish all of that stuff. And a lot of elements were like He-Man's mom coming from Earth, and still being on that planet were established over in Black Star. So I want to go with that. Those are my 5, guys. Those are my 5.
And sometimes, guys, you don't have to wait for permission. You just do it.
The Amityville Sorority Sisters.
Yeah.
That.
Not Kickstarter approved.
That's my book.
When did that come out?
There's an Amityville where it goes in the house goes into space.
Yeah. Oh, there's Amityville of all kind. Trust me. Amityville is one of the most oversaturated IPs there is for movies and stuff. But yeah, this is our Amityville Sorority Sisters. So,
what? That's releasing now?
Brand new. It's brand new. Yeah.
You didn't crowdfund it?
Yeah, we crowdfunded it. Backers have all their stuff, and now we have this for whatever we have left. We take out to cons and stuff. Yeah.
Way to be on that, brother. Way to be. Okay. All right. Look, we got BMD Nerd. Django Zorro was a cool comic, right? And I will forever be mad that Dynamite ended their Zorro series. It was around 70 issues. Okay. All right. You know what? BMD nerd, you made it with us to the end. And I liked your comment about starting a fucking beef. Let's go. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's the middle of the night. I'm still filled with a little fucking chaos. The sun's not coming up yet, but we can go all night. You know, fuck that. Cockle-doodle-doo, motherfuckers. Let's bring the heat. Let's bring No, but BMD nerd, I want to reach out to you, brother, because I want to send you I liked your comments for the night. Thank you for participating in the chat. And I want to send you the zombie mailman enamel pin, man. Hit me. Oh, you know what? I got you on the Kickstarter. I'll get your address. Reach out to you there, man. All right. Or send me the message through the Kickstarter. I'll send you this, brother. All right. We'll put it out there this week. Thank you for joining us in the chat. And we went over a half hour. I said we were going to go over, right? But I want to thank everyone for spending time with us tonight. We appreciate you hanging out, talking comics, and being part of the community. If you made it all the way to the end of the episode, make sure you check out some of our earlier podcasts if you haven't already. There's plenty more conversations, debates, comic book chaos waiting for you. We think you have a great time diving into that as well. Before you head out, don't forget to follow us on social media. Hit those like, subscribe, and share buttons. And let your fellow comic book fans know where you were tonight. Every share and every follow helps to keep us growing and bringing you more content like this. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time on Comic Book Streamland. But before we close the doors for tonight, I want to ask everybody where they can find you, starting with Mr. Ray Jameson, brother. Let them know.
You can find the Madcaps Facebook page. You can find me on Facebook as DM Ray. You can find me on Instagram as Raymond the DM. But most importantly, we have 22 hours left on all 3 issues to the mini-series of the Madcaps. Check it out now. We are right on the threshold of the final stretch goal. Now or never, please back now.
Way to be. Way to be, brother. Fred, where can they find you, bro?
My name is Fred Schwartz. You can find me at Schwartz Art LLC, all one word. You can find me at www.schwartzart-llc.com. And of course, June 2nd, Fisticuffs launches on Kickstarter. And I hope to see everybody there.
Way to be. Calderon, circle gets the square. You're in the center. Let them know where they can find you, baby.
All the usual places: Facebook, Instagram, DeviantArt, YouTube this Sunday night with these 2 fine gentlemen in the corners.
Yeah.
You know. And on Kickstarter with the Oswald Chronicles and Adventure Fighters.
Okay. Chris, please tell us where they can find you and your work, bro.
I am on Facebook, Chris Hall, Fat Boy, or Fatboy73 on Facebook. I'm on DeviantArt. And me and my studio partner at XL Studios, we're going to be starting our own podcast in about 3 months called Titillation.
They'll be kickstarting that first episode.
And it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a couple of our friends, cam girls, who are cam girls, and just talking sex, pop culture, getting really, really scantily clad, and having fun.
Good. All right. Fuck it, brother. Listen, nobody's here to yuck your yum. So I hope you do well with that podcast, bro.
Well, thank you.
All right. Tom.
BigDogInc.com. If you need Amityville Sorority Sisters right now, BigDogInc.com. This will be my last time on the show for about 3 weeks because I'm going to be on the road. Next week, I'll be at Cherry Capital Comic Con in Traverse City, Michigan. Week after, I go down to Indiana for Hall of Heroes. Week after that, I'm in New York for Ozstravaganza. So next 3 weeks, I am on the road.
He'll hit us up from on
the road.
He'll hit us up. He'll be there at the hotel. Don't worry, folks. Marvin.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us.
So you can find me on comicsbird.com or theedgecomic.com. You can find all the social links from those websites.
Okay. And Comic Book Streamland is a part of Unstoppable Comics. And this is where you can find us. Pretty much every social media site as Unstoppable Comics. or Comic Book Streamland on YouTube. Thank you for hanging with us on episode number 112. We'll see you next week. Later, everybody.
Peace.